What are you doing in your neighborhood? Who the hell are you to tell me stay off the street?
I own right here. I'm living right here.
I'm on the fucking street, dude. This is my neighborhood.
Many individuals have had unpleasant neighbors, whether they were noisy, unfriendly, nosy, or simply weird. Here are 6 people who got revenge on their neighbors. By the way, make sure to click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our engaging videos, and use that trigger finger by smashing that like button. Now let's get into it. Ready? 1. Mother Earth's beauty. Every trash day, my garbage cans would be knocked over. He'd beep his horn and yell. He attempted to capture my 10-year-old son for riding another neighbor's bike. One day, he's had enough. In the hardware store, I bought Japanese beetle traps. In his front lawn, my neighbor has a vast rose garden. The next morning, I scattered them in the mulch beneath his rose garden. Later that evening, I went on a bike ride and noticed a tiny swarm of them approaching. There was a freaking cloud of them by midday the next day. I could envision him sprinkling them with 7 powder and flailing his arms in the air in rage later that day. On the 3rd day, there were thousands of beetles. They were wreaking havoc on his roses and were all over his front garden. 2. Calm but aggressive neighbor revenge. My next-door neighbor has spent the last 6 years harassing me by phoning the council, the police, and anybody else he can think of. She sent her son over a few months ago to request a new fence from me. This weirdly coincided with my beginning to Zumba naked in the spare room, because I spotted her peering through the holes in the old fence, trying to figure out what I was up to. So we got a new fence, and now my dogs are escaping since the contractor had to take out a portion of my paving to install the new gate, and he didn't repair it. They used to never bark at her since they could see her and would simply ignore her, but now they're barking at the noises because they're confused. 3. Hares and hares and hares. My next-door neighbor would always try to find an excuse to complain to the landlord about us. In an attempt to get the landlord to force us to get rid of our cats, she complained about having our cats' fur in her flat one day. Our cats don't go outside, they don't walk in the hallway, and it was January, so there was no chance the hair would slip off our clothing under a winter coat. This really irritated me because she had no reason to dislike us. Because it's included in the lease agreement, I knew the landlord couldn't force us to get rid of the cats, so that night I brushed my 2 cats, gathered as many hairs as I could, and dispersed them around the hallway. 4. Party 24/7. I live near a house that is routinely rented out. This time, the people who hired it out have been playing music and partying till the wee hours of the morning. The neighbors then proceeded to blast their music until the wee hours of the morning, which was really inconvenient. The next day, they started blasting music again around an hour ago. This is the point at which I declared to myself, fudge this. I took out my guitar and the most powerful amplifier I had. I connected it and waited for their music to begin. When it happened, I responded with my own, hoping to give them a taste of their own medicine. 5. Sending fairy dust. I educate children online, so I'm always on the phone or video chatting with them. I'm at work one day when my neighbor chooses to turn up the music and I can't hear my student any longer. So I go outside and beg him to turn down the volume. From the moment I started talking, he was hostile and aggressive, and he made it apparent that he had no intention of declining, so I just went away, and as I was going away he said, "Do you want to do it that way? That's how I'm going to accomplish it." 6. Sticky situation. I didn't live on campus. There was this single girl who would throw loud, unpleasant parties on any given weekday till 5 a.m. This girl was on her 3rd night of a party binge and I couldn't take it any longer. I went to Walmart and purchased Vaseline. I waited until everyone had gone and she was passed out on the front lawn before approaching her. I rubbed Vaseline all over her doorknob. I recall the blood-curdling scream, the revulsion, and the unknown of her attempting to enter but failing. She also had gunk on her hands. What do you think about 6 people who got revenge on their neighbors? Let us know in the comments section below. And hey, if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so we continue giving you the best content. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.